up, V Squad, and welcome back to another episode of VGIRL TV. Welcome back to my canal de YouTube. I am back with another video. So in this video I'm literally going to be answering you guys' questions on the YouTube community tab. I had requested for you guys to submit your questions, and also I've been going through the comment sections and I've gathered a list of all your questions and I've decided to answer them. Before I get into this video, there are a few announcements that I would like to make. The first announcement is that YouTube has added a thank you button. Literally, like, it's on the bottom of the screen. That has allowed you guys, especially those of you who have been sending me thank yous via CashApp, now you don't have to do that anymore. You can just literally hit the thank you button, and if you want to donate to this channel, you can do that directly from the YouTube app, so you don't have to go outside the app or feel like anyone's scamming you. And those of you who have sent donations thus far, thank you so much, because I wasn't even aware about this new button. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is not going in vain. So once again, I just want to say thank you to those who have been submitting thank you donations, or super thanks is what they call them on YouTube. It is truly appreciated. Wow, my English is like terrible. But yeah, the second announcement that I want to make is that next year, for those of you who know, you guys know I love to travel. The reason why I haven't traveled as much this year, well, last year, is because of my pregnancy. I did actually end up going to Aruba, but I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do because I was pregnant. But now I'm not pregnant anymore. So next year, my sister and I are planning a Caribbean vacation that is super family friendly. I have set up a new email address specifically for that request. It is travelwithvgirl@gmail.com. if you guys would love more information on this trip. As I get more information, of course, I will submit the information to you, but the tentative date so far is July 2023, and you can do, I was about to say abonos, okay? Layaway plans will be available for this trip. It is family friendly. It'll be an amazing experience, and this is something that my sister and I will be doing all the time. And so I just want to put that out there. This is the save the date flyer, and I hope to see some of you guys on this trip. We're gonna have a wonderful time. I will be bringing my kids with me, so when Mama Bear goes, Baby Bear goes as well. So yeah, so now let's get into this video. So the first thing that I really want to address is that I am fully aware that I have people all over the world that tune into my content, and it is really appreciated. I really appreciate it. However, they ask questions, and this is one of the questions that they asked. It says, for Kenyans who want to visit Panama, what documents are they required to have before living? Honestly speaking, I am not Kenyan. Although I am African by bloodline, I am not Kenyan directly. I have no idea. Honestly, my content that I provide is it is from my personal experience and things that I've gone through from the perspective of being an American citizen. And although I wish I had the answers for you guys, other people that are not Americans or Canadians, although I wish I had that answer for you, I do not. I'm gonna have to tell you to send you to Google and put that information into Google, or you can contact your ambassador. You can go to different websites and you can try to find that information, or you can contact an immigration lawyer here in Panama. Now that's just another issue. Like, finding a reputable lawyer in Panama is very, very difficult. And the reason why I say this is because lawyers here in Panama, anybody can literally be a lawyer. Like, you go to school, you study law, and that's it, you can be a lawyer. Like, I know a hairstylist that's a lawyer. Law degrees are not like the law degrees that you would get in the States where you have to pass a bar exam. It's not like that. So it is kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. That's pretty much how it is. I do know one immigration lawyer that she is very honest, and she's actually working with someone that I know, another African. She's actually from Uganda. I'm thinking about actually putting her on the channel, but she's really, really shy and she doesn't really like to be exposed. But I'm gonna try to get her in here for all my African peeps and all my African subscribers that follow me, because I feel like she would be the best person to interview. Being that she is a Ugandan in Panama, she would be perfect. But for that particular subscriber, I do not have the answer for you. I'm going to have to send you to Google. So one of the other questions that someone asked is, how important is speaking Spanish in Panama? Okay, first of all, guys, let's be real. We're in Panama and it's a Spanish speaking country. Okay, so let's not get beside ourselves. Okay, this is not the US where, you know, they're gonna pull out and do all this for you if you speak Spanish, and if you live in certain areas you do not have to speak the language, i.e. Miami, and they're gonna do everything for you and roll out the red carpet for you. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So Spanish is definitely basic Spanish you have to know. But however, guys, okay, there are people that are willing to help you and they're gonna like try. Okay, for example, I went out to eat with my mom at Benihana's and there was two gentlemen on our table, didn't speak a lick of Spanish. Okay, the waiter didn't speak a lick of Spanish either, but you know, I helped him translate a little bit. But I actually want to introduce you to this app. Okay, the app is called UTalk. Okay, this app is an app that's going to help you learn the language, okay, from the comfort of your cell phone. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so you go into the app and it's not only Spanish. Like, UTalk has several languages that you can choose from. So literally all you have to do is, in the top section, you're going to enter the language or the country. So for example, I'm going to put Panama, and Spanish or Argentinian Spanish. So who knew that Argentina had a different kind of Spanish? And then you just select it, and there is different things that you can choose from. So you can do first starter word, first words, traveling, food and drink, restaurants, and they have a whole heap of games, fun games to make learning Spanish interesting. So in true VGIRL fashion, if you are interested in downloading this app, I have a little discount code for you guys. Okay, click the link in the description box if you are interested in UTalk. Fully recommend this app. So even though I am fluent in Spanish, there are certain things that I do not know. So at night when my baby is sleeping, or even when I am pumping my milk, I literally just go on the app and I play some of the games, and it's so fun. So somebody asked me about my belly band. What brand is it? I honestly really don't know. It's a no-name brand. I literally got it from Amazon. I will leave the link to the belly band in the description box. So if you're interested in purchasing it, literally all you have to do is just click it, and all the information for the belly band is there. It's honestly speaking, it's like one size fit all. So yeah, check that out. Somebody asked me how Jenny and Jody is doing. They haven't seen videos from the store. Jenny and Jody are fine. They are doing well. Unfortunately, they no longer work with me. They have moved on to better things, and I'm super happy for them. I haven't done videos in the store. The reason why I haven't done videos in the store is because I personally haven't been in the store. I'm still supposed to be on maternity leave, but I drop in every now and then, but I've been working a lot from home and also working on other things that I have going on, and other projects that I have going on. So that's why you have not really seen content from in the store. And the new group of people that I have, I kind of don't want to put them on my channel. I don't want to make business with a lot of things, because I feel like in the past I have been so down to earth, I guess, or I've been so cool to the sense that I feel like a lot of the people that work with me, they kind of get the lines crossed. Okay, they get too comfortable with me where they feel like they can say certain things, be rude, be disrespectful, and not really respect me in the way that the manner that they should respect me, because I am, number one, they see me as their equal, not equal, but they see me as their peer because I'm young and we're practically like the same age. And then I'm like so cool. I'm just like, yeah, cool. As long as you do what you're supposed to do as adults, I don't feel like I need to be on top of anyone. Like, as a grown adult, people should know what they have to do. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. And then you get people who just get a little bit too comfortable. So I don't want to put anybody else on my channel that has worked for me, at least not right now. I don't think I am ever going to do it again, but if I did, so you probably won't be seeing content from the store for a very long time for that particular reason. Okay, so this person says, if you don't mind, can you give us an idea of the cost when you eat out at different restaurants? Okay, so this is how it is here in Panama. Here in Panama is no different from any other country, okay? You have your low-end restaurants, your middle-end restaurants, and your high-end restaurants. It kind of depends on what you're into and what you want to eat. There are places where you can get a whole meal for $3. I'm talking about rice and poroto with chicken or your carne and your ensalada, and you can get a drink, okay, and for $3, $2.50, $4. Trust me, like, I've bought $3 food before. And there are places where you can get a plate of food and you're walking out and your bill is like $80, $100. And there's other places where you can go and your bill is maybe $20. It just depends on what you want to eat. Like, this is the thing, but it's not like the US, right? It's not in the US in the sense that it is so advanced and developed where you can compare it to the US. You cannot, but it's also not like some village place either. Like, especially if you're in Panama City, places like Paitilla, if you go to certain places like Punta Pacifica, San Francisco, you're going to get that Miami vibe. But if you want cheap food, you gotta go to the barrio. Okay, so this person wrote, thank you for your honest info. Would you recommend any good rental agents in Panama? Thanks for any help. We're planning to visit this year. So there is a real estate person, a real estate agent that has worked with me when I was looking for a new location for my store. His name is Eric, speaks English. So here's the thing. I have a membership program that you can sign up for monthly. All this information is in the community tab on the membership tab. So if you are interested with a direct list of real estate agents that can help you, my personal contacts, you would have to be part of the membership, and there you will find the information that you are looking for. If you have friends visiting with young kids, where would you tell them to stay and activities they should do? So me personally, I would stay in Panama City, and the reason why I say to stay in Panama City is because there's so much to do and you're also in the center of everything. So for example, there's a place that's called Crazy Park that my son loves to go to. It is family friendly and they have activities for all ages, from little babies all the way to adults or teenagers. And that is one place that I would, you know, if you just want a chill Sunday, I would take my kids to Crazy Park. Another thing that I would suggest to do is go to the beach in Colón. Now, if you're staying in Panama City, you're literally like 45 minutes driving distance away from the beach to Colón. I prefer the beaches in Cologne because the water is a lot calmer and it's on the Caribbean side. Now, if you go to the beach on the Pacific side, the water is extremely rough, okay? I mean, those waves just, okay, will knock you right out. And I don't think it's really safe for young kids, especially if you're not a strong swimmer. Yeah, you know, the Pacific side water is, you know. The thing that I would suggest is going away to the resorts for a weekend or a few days. The resorts are super fun. There's one in particular that I usually go to because they have activities for the kids, but the downside of it is the food is trash. And I'm just being honest, okay? The food is trash. But if you are okay with eating burgers and fries for the weekend, then you can actually go to that resort. But yeah, there are other resorts that have really good food, like the VGIRL is really good. But the thing about the VGIRL is that they don't have much activities for kids. I mean, they have like a kids swimming pool, but they don't have like activities specifically for the kids, especially like with their night shows. Like for example, Playa Blanca, okay, the resort at Playa Blanca, they have activities for the kids, but the food is trash. Like, it's horrible, and it will send you to the bathroom. But the VGIRL has really amazing food, but the only thing they have for the kids is a pool. So it kind of depends on what your interests are. But yeah. Another thing that I would suggest that you do with the kiddies is going to Amador and going to the Bio Museum. So the Bio Museum is definitely family friendly. I have gone a few times, once with my boyfriend and another time I went with my son, and it has a lot of interactive things for children to go to. It's literally like a museum. They have like a little mini aquarium, and I would suggest you do that. That's a must, okay, when you come to Panama, is going to the Bio Museum. And then after that, you can go outside, and there's always a man that's selling raspao, so you need to try raspao if you come into Panama. Another thing that you can do while you're on Amador, if you go straight up the causeway, there is a huge park that you can go to, and the kids would have an amazing time. It's a fun time. Another thing that you can do is you guys can go bike riding on Amador, okay? That is another thing that you can do. You can do bike riding, you can do skating, and the ambiance is very downtown Miami. So those are some of the suggestions that I have. I also have a video of kid-friendly activities that you can do while you're in Panama, so I will put it on the top of the screen. So another person wrote this question under my video, top neighborhoods for expats in Panama City. I'm gonna leave the link on top of the screen. It says, hi, what about a more bio hipster area? Would Casco Viejo give us that vibe? Yeah, no, boho hipster. Why did I say bio hipster? Boho hipster, to me, Bocas del Toro gives me that vibe. Casco Viejo gives me Soho vibes. If you're from New York, or you ever been to New York and you've been to Soho, okay, that's the vibes that Casco Viejo is giving. Where do I live in Panama? Where do I live in Panama? I live in Panama City. Okay, so this question is about my birthing experience here in Panama. So this person said that they made an appointment with my doctor and a few other doctors to see who they're gonna go to. I guess they're having a C-section as well. And they're asking me what the visitor policy is at Punta Pacifica. Have your money, girl. Just have your money, okay? Usually Punta Pacifica, or most hospitals, they work with private health insurance, but if you do not have private health insurance, you will have to pay out of pocket. They don't have a policy about visitors, okay? It's about this, okay? So yeah, you might want to check with, if you're planning on paying out of pocket, you might want to reconsider where you have your baby. Punta Pacifica is one of the most expensive out of all the other private hospitals when giving birth. So you might want to check that. I don't know your pockets. I don't know anybody's pockets. If I had a chance to do it over, would I do it over at another hospital? Probably not. But if I did not have private health insurance, I probably would have went to another hospital, because yeah, money is an issue, guys. Money is an issue. So yeah, I would have the same doctor, but I would have asked my doctor if she had privileges at a cheaper hospital to give birth. But because I had private health insurance, you know, that helped me out a bit. And the experience at Punta Pacifica is A1, honey. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I have never been treated so well at a hospital the way I got treated at that hospital before. I'm sorry. And I'm talking about even being in America, okay? I'm talking down from the nurses to the doctors to the anesthesia tech to the people in recovery. Everyone was amazing. I don't regret my decision at all. So yeah, that answers that question about the visitor policy. Girl, ain't no visitor policy, okay? You just literally, if you decide to have your baby at Punta Pacifica, they will give you a form, a pre-admission form, because they do pre-admission. And basically when you do pre-admission, they're going to tell you how much it's going to cost and how much money you would have to leave prior to. Well, no, not really prior to, like, when you get admitted. That's the thing. Like, the reason why I don't like San Fernando Hospital is because before they even see you, you have to pay. So if you have a $500 copay and you are dying on your deathbed, you have to pay them their $500 before they even see you. And so I don't like that. Like, that's the reason why I really do not like that hospital, that whole policy. It's like, yo, I'm like, when you're sick, you're not thinking about paying anybody no money at the time, or looking for your wallet. Or sometimes, like, when you're sick and it's an emergency, you literally just running out your house, you don't have your wallet with you sometimes. I know someone that died because of that same reason, okay, at that hospital. So me personally, I stay away from San Fernando. Why am I saying San Francisco? I stay away from San Fernando. Other people had amazing experiences. I personally, it ain't for me. But to each his own. Can I recommend a bilingual realtor? So yes, I can recommend a bilingual realtor, but the realtor is in the list of the realtors is in my members only tab. So you would have to be a member to get that information. So the next question is, how is the pandemic situation going in Panama? Restaurants, recommendations, best places for a trip in Panama. So the pandemic situation, we're still wearing masks, okay? Super annoying, but I guess, okay? A lot of people have been vaccinated, so that's a good thing for me, okay? The anti-vax people, please do not come for a sister. Everyone has their choice to do whatever they want to do, so please don't come for me. So yeah, they have put up a lot of vaccination stations in malls. They just have like different stations, different places, okay? Yeah, people are getting vaccinated. You still have the policy of you have to wear masks when you go into certain areas. When you're outside in open spaces, you do not have to wear a mask, but if you go into a closed location, you have to wear a mask. In restaurants, you have to wear a mask until you get to the table. So those things are still in place. What I do feel the pandemic has affected Panama in such a large way, and not just only Panama, I'm gonna assume other places too, is the economy, okay? Right now, the economy is so trash. Basura. And it's partially to blame because of the pandemic. So many businesses had to close down, and there was really no government assistance to help small businesses. So a lot of businesses failed. A lot of people lost their jobs, and this is not America where you get what is that thing called again? What was the thing that everybody in America was getting? Unemployment, okay? So you do not get unemployment, so literally you have to fend for yourselves. And now at this time, everything that was put on pause, like banks had, you know, put everyone's payments on hold, and the light company put a lot of people's lights on hold. Yeah, now you have to pay that back. So now that people have to pay these things back, it's taking a toll on a lot of people. And so if people are not working, it's literally like common sense. If people are not working, they cannot purchase or buy. And if people are not buying, then your sales are low. And then on top of all of that, gas prices have risen. Since gas prices are a lot higher, cargos and companies are charging a lot more for their products, which in turn, us, the business owner, we're paying more money for these products, and then in turn the consumer is the one that has to pay because we have to increase our prices, and then people can afford them because they're not working. So it's just literally like a hot mess. It's a little bit sad and scary at the same time, because usually when people are not working and people don't have money, then crime starts to increase. So the next question is, will you tell us about nightlife in Panama City? What are the nightclub discos like? How different or similar are they to clubs in the States? Do you have any favorite clubs? Okay, so I don't party anymore. But when I did, I used to go to a club in Casco Viejo. I don't even think the club still exists anymore. But so Panama's nightlife is not like nightlife in America, where you know that you can go to XYZ club and you know this is a hip-hop club, or you can go to this club because you know this is a club that they play country music, whatever the case may be. It's really not like that. Usually they have promoters, specific promoters that promote certain type of events. So for example, if you're like me and you like to listen to reggae and dancehall, which is my favorite, there is a DJ, a specific DJ here in Panama, that he throws parties, hip-hop and reggae and dancehall parties. So what most people do is you follow them on Instagram, and when you see that they're having an event, you go to the event on that day. So that's pretty much how it works. Now, before the pandemic, this particular DJ, he would promote the events. He used to have a lot of events, weekly events. But unfortunately, here in Panama, the nightclub bars took the brunt of the hit during the pandemic, because they were actually the last business to be able to open up, literally. Like they were, and a lot of them didn't even make it, so they're recovering. So right now there aren't a lot of clubs that are open, but most people go to Casco Viejo and they go to like rooftop events. But the thing is that the music that they play at these events are usually like techno music. They play a little bit of reggaeton. Yeah, nothing that I'm really interested in. But if I am really bored and I don't really have a choice, and I'm older now, so I'm not gonna be at no dancehall reggae club with no little kids talking about yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, people my age, they don't go to clubs anymore in Panama. They usually just go out to eat, or they go to the rooftop and enjoy a drink while overlooking the Panama City skyline, and they just chill regardless of what kind of music they play. But that's that. The rooftop, you could go to the Tantolo rooftop. The Tantolo has really good drinks, guys. Like whoever the bartender is over there, every time I go there, I'm never disappointed. Someone else says, I see a lot of issues with Panamanians that say their families don't teach them Spanish. What the heck is up with that? So if you have not had a chance to watch my video, the division between Afro Panamanians and Afro Antillians, please check it out. That video and the other video, the misconception of a Black Panamanian, those two videos would be very helpful with breaking down the colorism and racism within the Panamanian culture and why they don't teach their kids Spanish. But for example, this isn't my situation, but this is someone else's situation that I know, and I'm just gonna give you this particular information. But there's a deeper root meaning, there's a deeper meaning behind that. Okay, so most people who have left the States and they moved, left the States, most people who left Panama and moved to the States, they had no intentions of ever going back to Panama at all. So, and this is someone I know that has told me this. So they never really felt the need to teach their kids to speak Spanish because they were in America, and it was kind of like, oh well, we're not Panamanian anymore, we're American. And that is one reason why they did not feel the need to teach their kids Spanish. And a lot of it, sometimes the kids just not interested in learning Spanish. Like, it's like that, because even here in Panama, it's like reverse. Like, there are people who speak English and their kids have literally no interest in speaking English, and it's usually our people that be with the foolishness, okay? Because every other race and culture here in Panama are open to learning how to speak English. And then what happens is, our kind that don't speak English, when they realize they are limited to the amount of opportunities because they don't speak English, they stay behind. And this is why I always say, if black people don't get it together, we're always going to be behind because of the mentality. And it's just not only in America. I'm talking about black people all over, okay? Because this is a global problem. This is the epidemic with the tomfoolery with our peoples at times. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that really concludes my video for the day. It really concludes my video for the day. Those are it for the questions. Like I said, some of the questions, like phone numbers and stuff that you guys are looking for, is actually in the members only tab. And guys, okay, I'm giving you this free content. You want me to give you all of me. This concludes my video, guys. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe and comment, okay? It's free 99, okay, to like. If you're looking for specific questions, or if you want to ask me questions directly, please, guys, I just had a baby, so bear with me, okay? If I do not respond to you right away, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I literally just had a baby like yesterday, and on top of me having a baby like yesterday, I'm still running a business, and I'm involved in other projects that I'm actually trying to elevate this channel and grow this brand, and it is requiring a lot from me. Okay, I love you guys, and as usual, thank you for tuning into my video. And as usual, guys, peace and love.